Former President Donald Trump has ignited a firestorm of controversy with his recent proposal for the Gaza Strip. Trump's plan centers around the United States assuming control of the territory. This unprecedented move would involve the relocation of Gazan residents to neighboring countries. Trump envisions long-term U.S. ownership of Gaza, a prospect that has sent shockwaves through the international community. He later reiterated his stance during a rally, asserting that the U.S. could effectively manage Gaza without deploying troops. However, he provided no concrete details about the logistics of such an undertaking. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has surprisingly endorsed Trump's plan. Netanyahu hailed it as a remarkable idea, and even suggested that displaced Gazans could eventually return to their homeland. Trump's proposal marks a stark departure from decades of U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East. Trump's Gaza plan has been met with widespread condemnation from the international community. Leaders across the globe have denounced the proposal as unworkable, illegal, and deeply concerning. The plan has drawn particular criticism from Middle Eastern nations, many of whom view it as a dangerous escalation. Western allies, typically aligned with the U.S. on foreign policy matters, have also expressed their disapproval. Human rights groups have been particularly vocal in their opposition, labeling the forced relocation of Gazans as a form of ethnic cleansing. International law explicitly prohibits the forced displacement of a population from its territory. The Fourth Geneva Convention, to which both the U.S. and Israel are signatories, clearly outlines this prohibition. Experts argue that implementing Trump's plan would constitute a blatant violation of international law, and could expose the U.S. to accusations of war crimes. The prospect of another mass displacement of Palestinians has reawakened historical trauma and fueled accusations of double standards. Trump's controversial plan comes at a time when Gaza is grappling with a dire humanitarian crisis. The Gaza Strip, home to over 2 million Palestinians, has been ravaged by years of conflict and a crippling blockade. The most recent war, which erupted in October 2023, resulted in widespread destruction and displacement. The United Nations estimates that over 90% of Gaza's population was displaced during the conflict. Many families have been forced to relocate multiple times, seeking refuge in overcrowded shelters or damaged homes. With infrastructure decimated and essential services overwhelmed, Gazans are facing acute shortages of food, water, medicine, and other necessities. Years of violence, displacement, and uncertainty have left deep scars on the collective psyche of Gazans. The international community has responded with pledges of humanitarian aid, but access to Gaza remains restricted, hampering relief efforts. The voices of Gazan residents themselves paint a harrowing picture of life under siege. Trump's Gaza plan has injected a new layer of complexity into the already intricate web of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The plan's feasibility remains highly questionable, with logistical hurdles and legal obstacles posing significant challenges. The international community's overwhelmingly negative reaction suggests that Trump's proposal is unlikely to garner the support needed for implementation. The plan has also exposed deep divisions within the U.S. political establishment. While some hardliners have applauded Trump's bold stance, many others, including members of his own party, have expressed reservations. White House officials have attempted to distance themselves from Trump's remarks, emphasizing that the U.S. remains committed to a two-state solution. Trump's pronouncements have further inflamed tensions in the region and cast a shadow over the prospects for a negotiated settlement. With the ceasefire agreement set to expire in March 2025, the specter of renewed violence looms large. The future of Gaza hangs in the balance, its fate intertwined with the complex political calculations of regional and global powers.